Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMatches.com here with match number 3 with our Play on a Budget tokens deck. Yes, we'd like to play first. Keepable hand, we have 3 mana sources, Raise the Alarm. This is actually a very, very good hand, as Raise the Alarm and Spear of Heliod alone can just take over so many matches. So I'm just going to drop a Plains and pass the turn. Helps to be on the play as well. Aren't really any dead draws at this point. More lands the merrier to cast everything. I just don't want to draw into too many high drops that I won't be able to cast. But at this point, even the Triplicate Spirits is castable. So, looking good. So, take up Arms. That'll be nice when I do hit my 5th land, because then we have another option with Spear of Heliod. So we'll see what we're up against. Temple of Malady and a Temple of Silence. So some sort of Abzan midrange deck is my guess. Probably like Coursers, Ramaz, maybe some Ajani Planeswalkers here and there. We'll just throw in a Raise the Alarm, pass the turn. And now, again, I still think playing another Raise the Alarm is, well, maybe not. Maybe we just Spear of Heliod here. And then if he's got some sort of like Bile Blight, we can play around Bile Blight. So Spear of Heliod. So we're going to get in here for 4. Put him down to a 16. And most likely a Courser of Crewfix will come out here. Yep, and he finds a Fleecemane Lion on the top. So no card advantage so far. We find our next source. So we still can't quite cast our Take of Arms, but we have Raise the Alarm mana. Or if he's silly enough to attack into this Courser, we can just destroy it with the Spear. So he does get the perfect card advantage off the top. Here comes the Temple of Silence. He can scry away that Abzan Charm, which I'm sure is going to happen because I don't think he wants it on top. He does want it, which is interesting because it does exile triggers power 3 or greater, which isn't many in our deck. And doesn't have the Ramaz mana. He does have the Fleecemane Lion mana, which is going to be a little bit of an issue. We're just going to end a turn. Raise the Alarms again. Put out 2 more guys. And this turn we have a lot of options. We can Sanctified Charge instant speed if he does decide to block, which will kill off both his Courser and his Fleecemane Lion. And almost taking him down. If you wouldn't have had that life gain from Courser, this could be a kill if he decided not to block. So I'm thinking about putting a... No, because Dictate of Heliod is just better than Sanctified Charge in most cases. This does give him first strike. So it looks like he is going to be blocking. Double blocking, which doesn't matter. So I will kill off the Courser Crewfix over the Fleecemane Lion. That is definitely okay. And we will Sanctified Charge. So he keeps his Fleecemane Lion, but he takes a very significant amount of damage. He loses the Courser, which gets first striked off, and we keep the soldier alive. No, we don't. No, I needed to kill the Fleecemane to keep my soldier alive. So maybe that wasn't the best play. I just want to get that Courser dead so he didn't gain any more life. And now he's got difficult decisions where to go from here. So maybe that wasn't the greatest play. At this point, though, it did a significant amount of damage. Courser Crewfix is the way he's going to be trying to gain life back. He can't afford to attack into the Fleecemane Lion. He can't afford the Monstrosity Fleecemane Lion. He needs to be playing something, which it's going to be, he needs to like top deck into some way to kill soldier tokens. Maybe it is a Drown in Sorrow. We have Take Up Arms next turn. We do have like a Banishing Light we draw into if he... No, that's not going to take care of both Fleecemane Lions. So that was actually a very good draw for him. And the best draw in the entire world would be Drown in Sorrow here if he has it. And it's just going to be a Brimaz, which does block everything, but if we get another Sanctified Charge, which that's not the case. I think here, can we take up arms and Triplicate Spirits? I believe we can, and we're just leaving ourselves wide open to any sort of creature like Drown in Sorrow. If he's got a Drown in Sorrow, then more power to him. I'm just dead. But if not, take up arms adds, yep, this will add 3. And then we can put in Triplicate Spirits. And next turn he is very, very dead. So Drown in Sorrow is really the only thing he can do here. There might be some sort of board wipe. It's going to be an Utter End, which I still don't think does much. No, it doesn't do anything. Add his itis attack over the top. And he does have 4 blockers, but that's not going to do it. I'm still going to be able to get in for... Yep, okay. So we'll go to the sideboard. I know that some sort of like Drown in Sorrow is probably going to be coming in. I want to bring stuff in that can go the distance. Glare of Heresy is extremely good against Fleecebane Lions for Mazes. We have Erase that... he might be running Banishing Lights. I think that Erase is pretty decent to be bringing in here. We have Suspension Field that takes care of everything as well. Devouring Lights actually take care of Brimaz. Last Breath probably not. I think it kills Corsair Crewfix, but that's all I saw so far. So I want to just get rid of the stuff that dies pretty quickly to... I mean, these Horde Chiefs actually survive, and so does the Herald of Anafenza if I start to get it bigger, but I just don't think it's going to be quick enough. I don't know how much I like these cards. I'm going to take the Seeker out in this matchup and the Paragon of New Dawns out in this matchup, as it's just Drown in Sorrow. Sorrow dies to that. So we're taking out a lot of our anthems here with taking out these Paragons. But I think it's still fine. Maybe I'll just take out 1 erase or keep in 2 erases. I think I just take out 1 erase. And that way we do have some removal for at least 1 Banishing Light, but... we'll just get run over if he has excess Banishing Light or Coursers, but that's fine. I mean, we have Devouring Light, which is very powerful in this matchup. I'm going to keep in the Sanctified Charge, Rush of Battle. We need those since we're taking out all the other Anthem effects out. Hall of Triumph, Spear of Heliod, Dictate of Heliod are still fine, and then we play more of this control route. Again, Mardu Hordechiefs are sticking in because they do survive the the Drown in Sorrows, and I do think they're worth it. Maybe a Herald of Anafenza. It's just better than Erase. I don't think so, though. I don't think Launch the Fleet is the right way to go either. So I'm just going to submit this. Very keepable hand with a Dictate. Don't like the double Mardu Hordechiefs, especially without a way to raise the alarm them. But we'll keep. Again, Mardu Hordechief are definitely, if you're not playing on a budget, would be the Brimaz. Or maybe some combination of the two. Brimaz is just very powerful in this token-based strategies. It gives you a 3/4 and the ability to generate tokens on attacking and possibly blocking. So he starts off with a Temple of Malady, puts a card on top of his library, so he likes whatever that card is. Draw into another Plains, which is nice. We do need to hit 5 mana. Raise the Alarms would be the perfect card to draw into for next turn, and then we can end a turn, attack, and then Mardu Hordechief. He does get insane value out of the Drown in Sorrow, but we'll still have a Hordechief left if that was the case. Triplicate Spirits will be nice. Now we just need to get up to that Triplicate Spirit. So if he puts out a Brimaz or even a Corsair Crewfix, I think I will keep up Devouring Light, or even like a Fleecebane Lion. But it's nothing, so I might just put out a Mardu Hordechief. Yeah, that's fine. No raid, it's just a 2/3. So we'll get there with our 2/3 and then another 2/3. See if he just kills it in a turn with like Hero's Downfall. He does Hero's Downfall. I don't have no clue why he'd keep a Hero's Downfall in versus me. Very, very terrible card, usually against, like, you know, Triplicate Spirits, Raise the Alarms, etc., etc., etc. Appears to me that he went more of a control strategy. So I'm going to make him use like an Utter End now on a Mardu Hordechief. There's another Plains. We'll go ahead and cast it. And again, Mardu Hordechief doesn't get us anything, but it just gives us a 2/3 body, which we can then Dictate of Heliod into a bigger body, unless he's got another Hero's Downfall, or another, like I said, an Utter End, which I love him to use on a Mardu Hordechief, as it clears the way for other stuff. That is so fine. He must have like a whole handful of control, as... Yeah, I don't know what else. Oh, that's going to be sweet that he does not have an Utter End for Dictate of Heliod. So here's a Raise the Alarm, which we'll be able to put in end of turn. I'd hate to get hit by an Elspeth here. And it does look like an Elspeth. So that's kind of bad. He's going to be net up one token per turn. Elspeth is, again, another card, if you're not playing on a budget, that would be perfect in this deck. So if you have Elspeths lying around and Vermazas lying around, feel free to utilize them. And we will attack into Elspeth here. Or, you know what, it might just be Triplicate Spirits, which is the right play. Other than I am still kind of worried with a Drown in Sorrow. Yeah, I'd rather not run into a Drown in Sorrow. So we're going to attack him with the Soldier tokens into Elspeth, which he will block with 2 of them. Which I am worried about yet another Utter End. Don't need to tap that much mana. Kill those guys off. We'll be attacking at Elspeth again, and the next turn we'll throw out the Triplicate Spirits. Not die to a Drown in Sorrow. But if he's got more stuff coming out, I guess he could double Drown. No, he doesn't have the mana for double Drown in Sorrow. Devouring Lights are pretty weak at this point. I think what we just do is we Triplicate Spirit. I'm actually going to do that post attack. So you could triple block here. I think that's fine because then he's down on the tokens. He can generate 3 again. But he decides just to put 2 in front of it. And, oh no! Destroying enchantments. That... Back to nature. Did he see much enchantments the last couple of games? I don't think he did. So that really sucks for us. I mean, he could Devour Light, but at this point it doesn't matter. This can be hard to come back from. He just had... We were just too slow for the Elspeth draw. But I'm glad he has like Utter Ends and Hero's Downfalls. End of turn, he's got an Abzan Charm. He decides to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Elspeth ticks up, which is going to be a little bit rough for us. 4 cards still left in his hand. We're down to 3 cards, and 2 of them being not so great versus him. So I wonder if he took out everything but a lot of control cards, even though those Bramazes seem to do quite well against us. It's going to be a Drown in Sorrow. Was definitely worried about that. Meaning I'm going to have to really, really top deck into something wonderful, which at this point I don't even know if that's possible to do so. And a Bramaz, which is something I can take care of, but you got to think he's ultimating Elspeth next turn. So we have to draw into a Banishing Light this turn right now. And it's a Radiant Fountain, so that is going to be game. There's no way I can come back from this. And yeah, especially Devouring Lights. So Devouring Lights do still seem like they get value, yes, against... But do I need to go quicker? Do I need these... Launch the Fleets? Launch the Fleet puts in a 1-1, tapped and attacking. Just seems pretty powerful when I want to be on the aggression, but it also seems to be really, really... Well, if I'm going to go this route, what I need to bring in is the Heralds. And if Heralds get above just a few Outlast triggers, I think they're worth it. So I am going to take out the Devouring Lights. Or maybe I take out the Suspension Fields, because I don't want to just get blown out by a Back to Nature. I'm going to take out the Erase. I didn't see enough, especially since he is putting him Back to Natures. I didn't see enough that actually Erase works well against just Banishing Light, which I assumed was in the deck, but we didn't see any. I'm going to take out, yeah, a Suspension Field is fine, and we will take out 1 Devouring Light, knowing that he's probably going for more of an Elspeth route. So I'm going to put in a few things that are a little bit earlier. I'm not sure I can still afford to put Seeker the Way in if he's going to be running Drown in Sorrows. I think we'll just submit this. And yes, we'd like to play first. This, unfortunately, is going to be a mulligan hand as we only have 1 land. I mean, I could, if this is a 2-land hand, I might keep it. We have double Devouring Lights. It has lands. It's got to take up arms, but it is so slow. I guess I'll keep it and hope to just draw into stuff. But some pretty bad draws, or mulligan right there, from the 1 land to the 2 land. 3 lands ideal, and then we do need to draw into the other sources. He gets his best land to have come into play tapped at the very beginning. There's a Banishing Light. I thought I took those out. No, I didn't. I took the Suspension Fields out. So that can take care of Elspeth at least. But still not very good options. Well, we have the land to actually cast everything now. But I think this deck wants some sort of card draw. I was thinking about putting a Farah in here and maybe like a Biden of Thassa. But at that point, I might want to start going to like Master of Waves for the blue devotion, and then it gets way out of budget range. So still toying around with how well these decks actually work against the metagame. See, another Banishing Light is exactly what we don't want to be doing. I don't want to be playing late game against him. I don't want to be playing let's draw into top deck into the Back to Nature and kill all your Banishing Lights. So I know he probably has a Drown in Sorrow in hand, which makes the take-up arms very weak. He could put out a Rhino here, and then I'll be forced to actually Banishing Light it. And again, I don't want to be Banishing Lighting a Rhino when he's got Back to Natures. So maybe I don't go that route. So Siege Rhino, going to take me down to a 17. Going to be a very hard card for me to deal with. Other than, no, I can actually... Yeah, actually, I'll be able to Devouring Light it. So we draw into yet another land, so we can take up arms and Devouring Light, which there's a lot worse things that I could be doing on my turn. So I'm happy with that interaction. Fortunately, the Siege Rhino did give him the 6-point life swing, which is very crucial in these type of matchups. And he will have the opportunity to... banish or Drown in Sorrow this turn still. So I do get to respond to this. We do get Exile a Siege Rhino. We do get a Bile Blight out of the way. But the mulligan is what really hurts. We get we get that. That Bile Blight is pretty good against us. If we get, multiples. Right now it was just a card for a card. A 2-mana card for a 5-mana card. Unfortunately, we draw into the 6th land source. And if he even casts Elspeth here, he gets advantage out of it. So that's the bad news. Which it appears like he's going to have it in his hand. He does have it. I do believe they run 4 of, so that's not surprising that he's had it this game. Or last game and this game on time on turn 6. There's another Take Up Arms. At this point is very weak card. Let's not draw into any more lands. They're very, very bad. I mean, best case scenario is we draw into Raising Alarms and Take Up Arms and then top deck into something else. But you got to think he's got a Back to Nature in his hand, or a Reclamation Sage or something to take care of that Banishing Light. Dictate of Heliod would be nice, but again, not if he's just waiting out a Back to Nature and attacking you with soldier tokens. And he's got Elspeth number 2 in his hand. So now we have the opportunity to get just beat down by token after token after token. Or we can draw lands, though. Lands are nice. We definitely need more of those. We'll cast the Banishing Light, take care of this Elspeth. And unfortunately, be on a very fast clock with the soldier tokens, which I believe I will have to block proactively with the Take Up Arms. So we can draw into a Spear of Heliod. That would be really either a Hall of Triumph or a Spear of Heliod will get us back in this game, sort of. Unless Elspeth number 3 comes out here. And then I don't know what to say. It looks like Sorin, Solemn Visitor. Does he plus here? Yes, he does plus. And that emblem's very powerful too. But this just does a lot of damage. There's another card that would go great in a black-white token, so I think that might be the route to go. So actually, we don't even... there's nothing that can... Wait, we need to, end a turn, actually, Take Up Arms. There's the Corsair Crew fix that comes in. He's got a Swamp on top. Did he actually play a land this turn already? He didn't. He did, okay. So we can end a turn, Take Up Arms, but it's not going to do anything. We'd have to figure out a way to take care of those soldiers. Down to 2. There's one card that can at least get me back, but that is our 9th land in... I mean, just... so many lands. We'll concede this game. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.